should've came from the best of me. I worry that I wasted the best of me on you, baby. You don't care.
And there's some commotion for the dress. It is my motherfucking birthday, y'all. October 27th, 2024. I am officially 23 years old. This morning, I just wanted to have a chill morning. I got dressed real slow. I wanted to be out the house by 8 o'clock, but it's currently 8:48. So not too bad, almost an hour after I went to leave, but it's okay. I'm about to head to Coco's Kitchen because I heard they have some really good churro pancakes. And I might get like some iced coffee or like some hot chocolate or something depending on how the weather is. Then after that, I may or may not try to go get my nails done. Then after that, I'm gonna try to walk the Malecon and try to find some like vendors and stuff like that to like buy some souvenirs. That's basically what I'm gonna be doing today. I'm also gonna like try to explore like around the area, go around Zona Romantica, which is where Coco's Kitchen is at. But before I leave, it just dawned on me that there's this beautiful view outside. It's like I keep forgetting. So I'm gonna show you guys. Hold up. Like how beautiful. Yes, so I'm definitely gonna go back to the pool. That pool was so relaxing. I'm gonna try to make my way to the infinity pool. I don't know. I should have pointed it out when I was out there, but the pool that's like all the way in the front, right in front of the beach. Today's my second day in PV. I didn't really get to record yesterday because it was mad hectic. I kind of talked about it a little bit, but everything was just going wrong. I had about 3 heart attacks and I didn't think that things were gonna get better, but today I'm feeling way better. I'm feeling happy. I'm feeling excited for the day, so that's good. Especially because today is my actual birthday. I know that yesterday I didn't really get a lot of footage. Y'all just got to talk to me a little bit. So I'm going to take y'all with me, and we're going to go explore PV together. Hey guys, so I just got back. I was sitting there really just processing everything, the good, the bad, the beautiful, the ugly, the scary, everything. And I was just reflecting on this trip and how much it means to me and how much it has changed me, how much I've learned, the mistakes that I made, the things that I did well, how proud of myself that I am. Like, it's just so many feelings. And the trip is not over. I am going to Mexico City in the morning, so my bags are packed and I'm ready to go. But yeah, now that we're at the halfway mark of this trip, I definitely can say I feel totally different from how I felt when I first landed. When I first got here, I felt afraid. I felt self-doubt. I felt not confident. Like, I just felt so many negative emotions, and I just like felt like I just wish that I could just like turn back around and go back home. But now I'm so thankful for this experience. I feel like it genuinely changed me as a woman, and not even just as a woman, but as a person. I feel like a lot of things that I wanted to work on in myself, I unintentionally put myself in a position to where I had to work on these things. And one of those big things are boundaries. I'm a former people pleaser, and I've gotten way better over the years, but a big part of me still like struggle with that, or struggle with differentiating between like when to compromise versus when it's like, no, I don't care how you feel, I don't want to do that. Like, I used to have issues like knowing where to draw that line, because I am a good person, whatever that means. I'm a nice person, but there's also a time and a place for that too. Like, and actually, no, I'm not nice, I'm kind. But sometimes people, especially the wrong type of people, see kindness and they take advantage. So a big lesson that this trip taught me, it sounds weird, but like, it taught me that it's okay to be rude. And not just like across the board, but like in instances where it's gonna keep you safe and things like that, be rude. Like, literally for my first day, I was like, people were trying to like pressure me and like stop me or like keep talking to me even though I say no and all that stuff. And I would get like kind of anxious, get kind of nervous. But me, from when I first got here to me now I would just walk away mid-conversation. I don't care how awkward it looks. I don't care how rude I look. I'll be friendly, and like, if people ask me questions or they talk to me, I'll be friendly. But the second that you make me feel uncomfortable or something like just starts to feel off to me, I'll just walk away. Like, I'll say bye if I feel like it's appropriate, but like literally I'll be mid-conversation and something just not feeling right, and I'll just turn around and walk away. Like, and I feel like that is something that the Inaya that landed here wasn't capable of, but the Inaya that's gonna be leaving Puerto Vallarta is more than capable of that. She's confident. She knows like how to, navigate and things like that, and how to make her own decisions. And not to say that I couldn't do it completely before, but now I feel like I really like locked in and like perfected it in a way. Another thing that I learned is to how to be more spontaneous, because I have very bad anxiety. I'm very like cautious about things, and I usually don't try new things, which is another reason why I wanted to push myself to come on this trip, because I wanted to get out of that. I wanted to get out of my shell. I wanted to stop being afraid of everyone and everything. This trip definitely put me in a position to get past that, and I did a lot of spontaneous things, and I'm so proud of myself. The only spontaneous thing that I did that I don't want to say I regret, because everything is a lesson, but if I knew better, I wouldn't have done it, which is this right here. It is a henna tattoo. So this was the henna tattoo when I got it this morning. I got it at around 12 p.m. And it's currently 8:33, so that was about 8 hours ago. And I was unaware that when I was getting my henna tattoo, that the artist was actually using black henna. And I've gotten henna tattoos before in New York City multiple times. It was great. I loved it. As I was getting this one, like, I just thought, like, yeah, it's great. Like, it's just henna. It's not like a tattoo. Like, it's not penetrating your skin or nothing like that. So I'm like, yeah, fine, whatever. Like, the experience and all that stuff. I got the henna tattoo. I paid him 300 pesos, which is about $15 US. And after he finished, I was looking at it and I was admiring it. I was like, it's so pretty. And I was like, but this henna is, like, dark. Like, it's black. And every time I've ever gotten henna, it's always been, like, brown. And something told me to Google black henna. So I go on this here good old device, and I did my little research, and apparently black henna is illegal in most countries. So I'm just like, hell no. And the reason why is because black henna contains a chemical called PPD, and a lot of people have allergic reactions to it because it's not meant for your skin. Like, it's just not good for you at all. And yeah, and like the allergic reactions can like vary on how bad, but like some people have very bad reactions, some people have like milder reactions, but it is like pretty common for people to have allergic reactions to it. I wish I would have known that before I did it. Going into it, I just thought like, yeah, it's henna. I've gotten henna before. Like I didn't know that there was a difference in the types of henna, but that's part of like life and like experiencing things, and you learn, you learn sometimes through failing. And I don't even want to call it like a failure, because like it just was genuine like lack of information. You can't stress over things that you can't control, and that's another thing that I had to learn coming here, because like I have issues with control because I have anxiety. But coming here, I'm completely out of my comfort zone. I'm completely out of everything that I typically know, and I feel like that was the best thing for me because I had to learn how to be more adaptable. That reminds me of my next point that I wanted to talk about, which is safety. I will say that I felt relatively safe during certain hours of the day. So if you're someone who's planning a trip and like whether it's here or whether it's somewhere else, I would definitely say, like, for me personally, used to think that going outside like at like 8 a.m., you know what I'm saying, or like 9 a.m. was best because it's less people, so I would have less social anxiety. But that was actually the opposite and actually worked against my safety, because I don't know about other places, but out here at 8, 9, 10, sometimes like 10 is like when you start to see a little bit of people, but like 8 and 9 a.m. is almost nobody outside, even in the tourist area. And then like I thought that was a good thing until I ended up like in a situation where it was just me and somebody who didn't have my best interest in mind. And basically what happened, to keep a long story short, is I was trying to go to get breakfast on my first day of like exploring the city, but I didn't have pesos. I still had USD. So I was trying to find like a bank or something like that, but it was a Sunday and a lot of places were closed. So I was just like trying to like walk around. And to keep a long story short, somebody started to follow me. And I'm not one of those people who's gonna like claim that somebody did something if I don't really know for sure. Like, no, like I literally, I was walking one way and then I noticed that like first he came up to me and he started like saying something. I don't know what he was saying, but he started saying something, and he also looked like he may have been under the influence of something. So then I like started walking this way. He turns, starts walking this way. So then I turn around and start walking this way. He turns around and starts walking this way. And then I like turned this way. He turns this way. He doesn't start walking yet, but like he turns this way. I'm like, every way that I turn, he's literally just like tailing me. So then, say this is him, this is me. I'm going this way. He turns this way. I turn around and I'm just staring at him, and we're just staring like each other in the face. And then, by the grace of God, there was a taxi driver a little bit away, like a few steps away from me. Once the guy started following me, I looked at the taxi driver and he asked me again. He was like, do you want to ride? I was like, yes. I got in the taxi and I started getting like, panicky because I'm like, I don't even have pesos. Like, I really just wanted to get to safety. I wanted him to drive me to the bank that was like a few minutes away where I was trying to go. So I say all that to say, like, I don't ever want nobody to judge Mexico, especially because of the love that like I've developed for Mexico from my experience here. Like, I want, like, this is the best experience that I've ever had in my entire life. And I turned 23 yesterday. And this, like, felt like a full circle moment because I'm like, I feel like peace. I feel happy. I feel excited. I feel like I want to explore this whole place. And, you know, so I never want anybody to feel discouraged from coming here because of that story. But I want everybody to always stay grounded in reality, because I feel like sometimes that doesn't happen, especially dealing with social media. Like, social media is a highlight reel. People will always tell you like, yeah, everything is so perfect here, it's all rainbow and sunshines. No, everywhere you go has some element of bad. I had went to the Malecon this morning. I came back here to like where I'm staying, and then I wanted to get some footage for y'all. So I went back to the Malecon like 2 hours later. Like, I came home for 2 hours and then I went back to the Malecon. And literally a little bit of me walking on the Malecon, this man, he's like, hey, da da da, just starts making conversation. He was like, you were here. I was like kind of like trying to keep walking. And he was like, you were here earlier. And that kind of like, you know, set off my like signal, because I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people could recognize you or whatever, but it's like, it feels uncomfortable that like people are like really like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, like, he may or may not have bad intentions by seeing me or remembering me or whatever, but it's just like, that's why I say that you should always be aware and you should always be vigilant no matter how safe people paint a place to be, because you don't want to be not watching your surroundings, but your surroundings are watching you. And I'm from New York City, so I'm always watching my surroundings. You not paying attention and some stuff could happen, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like I use that same mindset here. Like I'm always looking around. I'm looking at people's faces like a little bit like not like, but like I'm looking around. I'm like, you know, getting a sense of what's going on. I'm checking the energy. I'm seeing like if people are looking at me, how they're, you know what I'm saying, like stuff like that. Like not, but it's like I can still do that and enjoy myself and be like calm, but I am paying attention always. I would never not pay attention. And then I'm still walking down the Malecon or whatever, and you know, another guy tried to make conversation with me. You know, I have tattoos, so people tend like were stopping me, asking me about it or whatever. Especially like it was only locals that was really trying to talk to me. Like it wasn't really much tourists. But yeah, like a local guy stopped me. He was like asking me about my tattoos. Probably like 4 or 5 of them did that or whatever. And like they were like, "What is it?" You know, I'll tell them whatever, blah. But then like they try to continue conversation, and then there's one guy, he reached his hand out to like shake my hand, and like I was just looking at him, and something about him like didn't sit right with me. Now another local who like I was at the market or whatever, and he was talking to me. He was like, you know, making friendly conversation. He was so cool, so nice. And like I don't know, like his vibe just gave like genuine, you know what I'm saying? And also it was a public area, a lot of people were around. Like I just read the room and I knew that I wasn't in an unsafe situation. And the conversation we had was so good that at the end, like we gave each other a little side hug. I was like, "Buen dia," which is like good day or whatever, like, you know, stuff like that. And then like, you know, he told me happy birthday because it was the day happened on my birthday and all that. So I'm just like, it's not even the fact that the guy on the Malecon was a local, because I was talking to locals. But you always have to read a person. You gotta trust your intuition. Like you never know. It could be nothing that's visually wrong with them, but your instinct is gonna tell you like something about this person is throwing me off. And literally mid conversation, I just walked. Like he reached his hand out. He was like, "Oh yeah," and I looked at him, and I was like, "No gracias," and I started walking away. Then they started being like, "Come, you want some tequila?" "No gracias," and then they kept saying something, and I just walked away, and I just keep walking. And then like, you know, after I get a little away, I kind of like look around a little bit to see like, you know, make sure that everything is clear. And yeah, and like that's just how you have to move. Like you just have to be vigilant, trust your instincts, always be looking at your surroundings, and be ready to like problem solve. Like if something does happen, because you may encounter a person who may not have the right intentions, or maybe just might be a little creepy, you know, not that like they're gonna fucking do something so crazy to you, which can or won't happen, you know, it's a possibility. But it's like, I don't know, you never know. But I feel like if you are intentional, you are a lot less likely for something to happen, you know? Not to say that like if something does happen to you or did happen to anyone that it's their fault. It's nobody's fault but the perpetrator. But I'm just saying, like, if you want to solo travel, you have to be intentional about your safety, and don't let nobody make you feel forced or force you into a situation that puts you in danger. I don't care how bad it's gonna hurt their feelings if you ignore them, if you walk past them, if you stop talking to conversation. I don't care about none of that. Their feelings does not trump your safety. So yeah. Next thing, also when I was getting to the end of the Malecon, like closer to where the Los Muertos beach, I think it's actually like a different beach. Hold on, I'm gonna let y'all know exactly. And plus I low-key like started to like remember like areas. That's why like somebody, I was doing my research and everything, and somebody had made a video on TikTok, and they were like, if you come out here, do not be posting like a picture of where you're at, and like, you know what I'm saying, because it's like anybody from PV, if you post like, yeah, PV, like on Instagram or something like that, and you're still there, people who are in PV, they know exactly what the background is. They know where you are. And I can 100% attest to that, because I've been here for 3 days. And I fucking was walking, and I'm like, this is over here. This market is, if you go up that way and then turn the corner, and it's like a 10-minute walk, but I knew it. Because it's like, it's so simple, and it's the same areas, and everything is like connected in a way. So it's like somebody who's a local there, they're gonna know. Or even a tourist who got something wrong on their mind, they're gonna know exactly where you're. All they gotta do is look at the background a little bit. Yeah, they right there by they right there by the river. They right. You don't want to do that. So that's another tip. But take your pics or whatever. Go save it to your drafts if you have to, but do not post that shit until you are elsewhere. Next thing. Okay, I gotta figure out which beach this was for y'all. Hold on. Okay, so I was on the Malecon, and I was walking, and I got like to the end of it, and it goes into Playa o Las Altas, which is like a little beach or whatever. And then if you keep walking, then you'll hit like the blue shrimp and all that stuff. And once you keep going past the blue shrimp, that's when you're on Los Muertos beach, which that's my honestly my favorite place. I loved it so much. Like I went there twice, and that's where I had the least like negative interactions. I had like one weird stare, but other than that, like everything was good. And I hate to even say that because like it's making it seem like everywhere like I was having weird interactions. I feel like I had a few weird looks like throughout my trip, and nobody like really said anything alarming to me or like nothing like that. I don't know, but also like not to be no type of way, but I was like one of the, I can count on one hand how many people who was my skin color that I seen. So maybe that has something to do with it. Like I don't know, different cultures have different relationships with Black people, so I don't know, maybe that was why. Maybe it's my tattoos, maybe they didn't like my tank top, I don't know. But like a few people did like look at me and like they were either staring or they were like kind of like looking like a little funny. But it was less people who was looking a little funny. Like it was like maybe like 2-3 people throughout my trip. But you know, who cares about them though? They suck. But anyways, yeah. So while I was like at the end of the Malecon and I was almost at Playa o las Altas, I'm literally looking at the name because I didn't know what the name of it was while I was there. But when I got to like the edge of like Playa o las Altas, 3 people offered me Mary Jane, and then one person, which is one of the 3 people who offered me the Mary Jane, he also offered me some booger sugar. Yeah. And I was just like, you know, I politely declined. I kept walking. I barely said like, you know, like I just kept walking because I was low-key like thrown off. But yeah, I'm gonna eat before I forget. If you come to PV, you have to go to Las Tosterias, and it's right near the Malecon, and it's like they sell tostadas, chesques. Best thing I had this whole trip. Like that was my very favorite thing that I ate. That's really it. I feel like that's all I have to say. I think I covered all bases, which I'm pretty surprised and proud of myself for because I'm so freaking tired.
She heard me in my Ariana shirt and saying, hey,